Hello, I'm Shaun Weston. I'm from FoodBev.com. I'm here with Mark Dorman, who is the International Marketing Director of the California Prune Board. Hello, Mark.
Good morning, Shaun.
Thanks for joining me today.
Pleasure.
You are the Marketing Director globally, but what regions do you take care of?
No, I'm the International Marketing Director, and my region is all of Greater Europe, Eastern Europe, Scandinavia, and Russia only. I have counterparts who take care of China and Japan separately, and another counterpart in India.
Okay, this is a truly international endeavour by the Prune Board.
It certainly is, and it's been carrying on with its international marketing activities globally since May of 1986. As we've tried to change the eating habits, as we're talking in England here today, we've tried to change the attitude towards prunes here significantly.
Well, there's a real trend, isn't there, towards all natural ingredients at the moment. Now, prunes are obviously natural, but how nutritious are they?
They are a spectacularly nutritious product, and we hope to have some very interesting news coming up very shortly from EFSA, from the European Food Safety people, which will confirm what a great many people have known for hundreds of years, just how good our product actually is.
So are you finding that more manufacturers these days are looking to use prunes in their new product developments?
Well, yes, this is certainly true. And with the technology we are able to bring to changing the constituent parts of prunes into purees, pastes, oils, we're finding that this is proving to be an extraordinarily beneficial additive to food products, in as much as it reduces the fat and sugar contents of a lot of traditional products, and also happens to improve the flavour as well.
So what particular sectors have you noticed are using prunes more in their new product development?
Well, we're certainly looking at things like cakes and biscuits on a very, very serious level on an international basis. And we're also exploring all sorts of ways that we can use the puree in certain types of meat products as well.
That's interesting. So it's not just manufacturers of sweet products, it's also the meat processing industry.
Certainly is, yes, because this also helps to reduce fat content, which has to be a good thing in this modern world of ours where people eat too much anyway.
I definitely agree. Where are your main export markets?
On an international basis, our main targeted areas are Italy, Germany, the UK in Western Europe, Russia, which is one of the world's largest markets for prune consumption, and Japan, and China is growing very fast.
I understand that the UK figures have also increased in terms of export percentage.
Well, if I give you the exact numbers here for the full calendar year, the 2012 grew by 13.8% over 2011, which gives you an indication that our volumes are still going up.
Yes, indeed. Do you know why? Why do you think this is?
Well, prunes are a very responsive product to advertising and promotion, and this has been the case ever since we began all of our promotional exercises. And also, even the discounters in the UK are recognising that quality, when supported with promotional and advertising activity, is a win-win situation for all sides.
Do you think it has anything to do also with the move or the trends towards artisan ingredients, all natural ingredients, etc., and the UK's adoption of these trends?
Well, in terms of the ingredient usage of prunes, that is a volume that is only just really beginning to gain traction. So most of this volume comes from the actual purchase of prunes per se.
So the markets, as well as the UK, what other markets are you going to focus on in the next 2 or 3 years?
We're certainly focusing on Italy, Germany, Russia. We're taking a very strong look at the Ukraine. There are always lots of markets. It's a question of deciding where we're going to focus our activities when you only have so much marketing money to spend.
Absolutely. So there's a big priority list to make then.
Yeah, and obviously there are an awful lot of countries which are crying out for our assistance with marketing activities, because as the only country of origin supplier of prunes who actually runs marketing campaigns, we are actually carrying the entire category with us.
Wow. So who has asked you for help?
Well, every country that you could probably name in Greater Europe, really.
And does that help you form your priority list on where you focus on next?
Well, it certainly makes it more difficult, that's for sure, because everybody claims to be more important than everybody else. But one of the things of having run this operation for the last 25 years is you certainly know who is real and who isn't in terms of their claims for need for help.
So was 2012 a tough year for growing prunes?
It wasn't a tough year for us. It was certainly a tough year for growing prunes from some of our other country of origin competitors, which has meant that there has been a tightening of supply, which has certainly helped pricing improve a touch.
But there were no problems with crop?
Not as far as California is concerned.
Okay, so the outlook for business-wise for California is very, very good compared to your competitors.
It certainly is, yes. We're looking at going into 2013, as we've only had 2 months of our calendar year so far. Already that's looking very positive, and we think we're going to have a terrific year this year.
So would you say there's a perception of prunes as being simply a functional ingredient to aid digestion?
No, it happens to be a remarkably versatile product, and depending on which country you're in, you'll see it used in such a vast variety of different ways, including simply just snacking, which has grown disproportionately over the years in every country.
So if I take, for example, you said Russia, prunes are very popular in Russia. Do Russians typically think of prunes in a different way to UK consumers?
The attitudes to prunes, in terms of how people think of them, are fundamentally different in all of Europe beyond what the UK tend to still think of them as. Okay. We still are left with a slightly aging profile and quite a difficult image problem to overcome. Whereas if you take Italy or Spain or Russia or even Germany, they understand that, yes, they're good for you, but they're also very matter of fact about what it does for them.
Whereas the UK, that's a hard perception to break down.
It is, and it's going to be a long haul to do that, but we're making terrific headway.
Now, can you tell me what products that would be on sale in the UK would actually help break down that perception?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question.
Perhaps there is a trend at the moment for yogurts and very thick Greek-style yogurts, for instance. And obviously prunes would be a good ingredient within those yogurts.
Well, certainly prune yogurt is a very large component of the way in which Russians utilize it. And we have a number of very close associations with major manufacturers of yogurt who are utilizing prunes, as you suggest.
Okay, so the marketing continues. The growth in the UK looks set to continue, I take it?
It certainly does. We're already 14% up this year versus 2012, which was a significantly good year.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to you keeping FoodBev.com visitors up to date. And thank you very much for joining me today, Mark.
All right, it's been a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for downloading this FoodBev.com podcast. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, and LinkedIn.